Hello, hello, my A to L friends. I'm here to go over pages 1 through 7 assignment. It is due today, Tuesday the 19th, the day after Martin Luther King Day. Yes, it is 4:40 in the morning. That's what happens when you have an infant. You do what you can when you can do it. So I will go through this answer key, and then today you'll complete pages 8 to 15 assignment due tomorrow, Wednesday, during Zoom. We'll go over it then. When I actually see you in person next on Thursday, we'll talk about Hero's Journey and get into some things. So if you haven't done last week's remote work, watching that Hero's Journey video, get it done now. It's currently a 0 in the gradebook for you. But when we look at pages 1 through 7, you had these teacher thoughts. I originally sent you to pages 3 and 4 for this, for what Montag thinks of his job. 4 and 6 would have developed it better. So whatever you put here, generally he likes his job. He thinks he should be respected, wears things outside of work, isn't questioning it based on how he always had that smile at the beginning. But he meets Clarice, shows he thinks he's an important part of society and identity. He has those symbols on his clothing outside of work. He also has 451 on his clothing. Clarice calls him the fireman. He kind of thinks it's odd, like maybe disrespectful, just says she addresses him oddly. And then when she keeps questioning him, he does point out the symbols and be like, don't these mean anything to you? Seemingly thinking she's disrespectful. So, important part of society, identity, hasn't given another thought about it. He's been doing this job for 10 years, since he was 20 years old. Burns books, has this quote about burning books every day, burn the ashes, keep burning them. Enjoys it, doesn't question it. Something to reinforce this, kerosine's nothing but perfume to him. Kerosine's that stuff he soaks the books with before he sparks it so that it engulfs the house. You get your definition here. But it says even Mildred, his wife, Montag's wife, doesn't like it. And you'll see Mildred, pretty much into this society, isn't somebody who questions like Clarice. But Montag is so into his job, feels so strongly towards his job. He likes all the details of his job that others don't even like, even people like his wife. He believes he enjoys everything about his job. But right at the end of this reading, at question 7, Clarice does ask him if he's happy, and that's how we ended this section. He is going to start on page 8 being like, am I happy? Am I happy? By page 9, look at his answer. Nobody's ever asked him. In 10 years, he's just burnt stuff, never thought about it, just like it's perfume. This is it. This is my job. Pay attention to the impact Clarice has. Clarice introduced before Montag's wife. You could have a bunch of different thoughts, but gives reader someone to contrast Montag's wife against. Montag's wife going to be similar to those gray phantoms in their tombs that we heard about in The Pedestrian, but Clarice gives contrast. This bright young girl with energy, asking questions, interacting with Montag. We won't really see that out of Mildred. Conversation with Clarice shows what Montag's home life doesn't have, won't have. The fact that she asks him if he's happy, and it's a revelation to him, shows how little people talk to each other or ask questions. Clarice is indeed like her uncle, Leonard Mead, the pedestrian from The Pedestrian. She says he got arrested for going for a walk once, so it is clear, but they both enjoy being outside, observing the world around them. Like, she's very observant of Montag, asks these questions, is inquisitive, and they live in this bright home. Her uncle is actually over at her house, but the same way when Leonard Mead was taken away at the end of The Pedestrian, and his bright home is shining there, her home is bright next door to Montag's. They are bright people who actually think, consider the world. They aren't just those gray phantoms in their homes. For our vocab words, venomous, poisonous. He has this poisonous kerosene that he sprays from that nozzle. As a fireman, he is poisoning the world, killing it. When he's on the escalator, it wafts him into the night air, lightly and smoothly carries him. He's just in the mood. He's vibing after burning everything down, just chilling out, headed home. I should have put these in a different order. They're both on page 2, but this actually came before this one. He has, some singe marks on his face, maybe on his hands, because of the fire. So it's just a superficial, small burn, like his skin might have a slightly different texture, but all these firemen have been singed, slightly burned, and they all have this fierce grin. The last one, this one, it was particularly important that you found the definition that fit the context. Illumination can just be brightness, but here it's also intellectual or spiritual enlightenment, that this light, when the lights went out, actually showed him how much more there could have been in life, how much more information there could have been there, that he could have realized something about himself. So there is your review of questions 1 through 7. If you have any concerns, additional questions you want to talk about pages 1 through 7, or when you get into pages 8 through 15 and you're looking at these teacher thoughts, trying to answer these questions, send me an email. I'd more than enjoy talking to you back and forth, getting an idea of what you think, talking through Fahrenheit 451. Have a great day. Get the assignment done for tomorrow, and we'll kick it off from there. Take care.